the last dragonborn, hero of Tamriel and legend of Skyrim, versus Thor, the god of thunder from Marvel Comics. Obviously, Thor is a lot more experienced than the Dragonborn. He's a god, he's been around for a while. He's fought beings like Surtur, the World Serpent, and many more absurdly powerful Marvel characters. At his best, he can scale to around omniversal, possibly even higher. He can move multiverses with his attacks, and is stronger than both the Hulk, as well as arguably Thanos. He's also beat Gore the God Butcher before. Resisted literally being erased from existence and time itself on several occasions. He can battle Galactus when he's at his peak. He's beaten the crap out of the Hulk before. He's usually considered the strongest Avenger, and he should scale well above characters like Sentry. He can fight for over a full month without rest. Has taken on a Marvel version of Godzilla before, so a Godzilla not quite as powerful as Godzilla in Hell, or arguably Burning Godzilla, but still a Godzilla nevertheless, and matched him while holding back a little bit. Obviously he can fly. His hammer is actually almost as fast as Ghost Rider's motorcycle, which can travel across a massive universe in only a few seconds pretty much. On top of all of that, he can basically just rip power out of people, just through will, and bring his own power back after it's been absorbed. He's stronger than Hercules, and in some iterations of him, he is actually a child of the Phoenix Force, which is a beyond omniversal powered entity. So yeah, he's looking pretty strong. Omniversal level strength, powerful lightning, several magical weapons, 2 of which are hammers, and 1 is either a hammer or an axe, depending on which version you're thinking of. This is kind of a composite, but not a composite. I'll explain, kinda. I'm basically using a version of Thor that has everything Thor has, but doesn't use all the feats Thor has, because some of the feats are just irrelevant, or some I just don't think really matter in this fight. Okay, so the Dragonborn is a pretty versatile character. He has pretty much thousands of weapons, armor, etc., plus extra abilities. So I'm gonna start naming a few off. Obviously, he has shouts. Among these is the Fus Roda, a super powerful attack that, with the Dragonborn's full power behind it, can blow mountains apart, and this Dragonborn can scale to several infinities worth of power, and a being who can devour infinitely powerful gods. He could potentially blow away an infinite universe with a single one of these. The Fire Breath, which is him literally just shooting the concept of fire, so it's a lot hotter than normal fire, and again, beyond infinite power backing this up, as well as Frost Breath or Ice Storm, which are the same thing. It's the concept of cold or ice, and again, infinite power backing it up. You can also rip your soul out just through shouting, put it in a soul gem, and then use it to enhance his weapons, as well as controlling animals, controlling minds with certain spells, having countless elemental magics, including combination magics of fire and lightning, which are absurdly powerful in game. Several super destructive spells, including Lightning Storm, which is basically electric Kamehameha. And on top of that, he can become a werewolf or a vampire, depending on what you pick. Vampire is probably stronger, but werewolf is better at melee. As well as dragon aspect, a transformation that boosts his power by 25%. Again, 25% of infinity is technically infinity. Well, just a lower concept of infinity than the multiple infinities he's already backing up. He can paralyze people, he can use telekinesis, he can basically just control everything, he can just control minds. I think I've already said that, but I mean, that's something he can do quite a bit with like 10 different spells. And on top of that, he possesses several divine weapons, Dawnbreaker, Mace of Molag Ball, etc. A lot of them have extra abilities, like destroying the undead and causing huge explosions, ripping dreams out of people and using that to fuel its power, gaining power from killing people that actually like the guy, which is a lot of people apparently. He can have followers with him, he can command entire armies, he can kill thousands of dragons, which are immortal demigods. Drain an opponent's magic with the Staff of Magnus. He can drain an opponent's health through biting them with the vampire ability or using vampiric spells. He can drain your stamina with certain enchantments. He can put fire, frost, and lightning damage on a weapon through chaos damage. On top of that, he also has dozens of other unique weapons that all have unique abilities, several summons, pets, a pet goblin that has summons for some reason, And he has armor that's made from literal god blood, and he can enchant it to just absurd points. At his weakest, he's considered half as powerful as the weakest Daedric Prince. At his strongest, he's considered stronger than the entire pantheon of Tamriel. So, I'm putting him, highballing him to stronger than the entire pantheon of Tamriel, which puts him at absurd power. So who wins this insane Nordic matchup? Well, I have to break that up to several categories. First off, speed is going to Thor. While both are faster in light, Thor is way faster in light. Whereas dragonborn, although he can dodge light, potentially move at infinite speed, so can Thor, but he's more consistent with it. Then we go to raw power, which is probably going to Thor again, just due to the fact that although the dragonborn's realm is confirmed to be beyond infinite several times over, and he's stronger than a guy who can eat the entire timeline, Thor can shake the Omniverse, which is obviously most likely bigger than that by a couple times over. Then we go to the next category, which is weapons, which Dragonborn wins just due to variety. Not saying any of his weapons individually are better than any of Thor's, just that he has so many and their abilities are so varied. Then we go to armor, which is the Dragonborn's. Yes, Thor has cool armor. Yes, Thor's armor looks nice. His helmet's cool, blah blah blah. His armor's nowhere near Dragonborn's level. He doesn't have enchantments on it. His armor's just armor that magically doesn't break because it's made out of enchanted Nord metal or something like that. Probably made out of a similar thing to Mirror, just without the spirit thing that's infused with Mirror. Then we go to the next category, which is just powers. Dragonborn's winning because he has more. Then we go to actual just feats. This one's kind of tricky, but it's probably going to Thor just because there's more consistency there. Then we go to strategy, which is going to the Dragonborn just because Thor isn't exactly a strategy guy. He's more of a fly-in, hit a guy with a hammer as hard as you can until he stops breathing type of fighter. And then we go to our next category, which is durability, which I'm gonna have to say is a draw. And if you want to argue that, go ahead and comment why. So, with all those categories, who's gonna win this? Well, I don't actually know. For one reason in particular. Although Thor is stronger, faster, etc., a Dragonborn just has so much stuff that could mess Thor's day up. And yeah, Thor has counters for it all, but can he counter all of that in one fight at the same time? Probably not. But could the Dragonborn even kill Thor? Probably not. So this might be the first time I'm saying this is probably a draw. But either one could win. Thor could just speed blitz Dragonborn. Dragonborn could just rip Thor's soul out and then use all of his random magical crazy shit at the same time. And Thor's gonna have no way of surviving all of it at once. So for this, I'd say win percentage, Thor probably has a bit of an advantage, but the Dragonborn probably isn't dying to Thor at all. Just due to how much craziness he has. At the best, Thor's gonna hit him really hard, and Dragonborn's gonna just use a black book to teleport away. So, for this, I'm gonna have to say it's a draw. I know Marvel fans are gonna be pretty mad, and Skyrim fans are probably gonna be like, well, at least Dragonborn didn't get stomped, and at least he got high scaling in this, but ultimately, I think this is a draw. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe if you want to. My next video will be Hector from Fire Emblem versus Chris Redfield from Resident Evil. See you guys in the next one. Bye.